goddamn thing either.
Fuck him too, America. And
I'm sure you're not allowed to say that he hasn't been good.
I just said he was good last year. That's why I said.
No, but I was saying, he hasn't won anything.
Well, not yet. He is young. Technically, he'd be a senior last year. He would have been a senior in high school. Or a senior in college, rather.
Last year?
He's been in the league, what, 4 years now? That was his 4th year, right? So he came out as a freshman. So
He came out after his freshman year.
Yeah, so he would have been a rookie last year if he had stayed 4 years.
But he didn't.
No, he came out. I'm saying he's 22, 23. He's young.
Yeah.
I think he's got. If that picture's accurate, if that's not a Photoshop, you didn't see it. He actually looks. We both kind of. Damn, he almost looks thin. He's not thin. Don't get me wrong. But he looks thin. He looked thin. I don't know. Maybe he got serious. Fired that chef. Want to keep the cheeseburgers in the wings.
I don't think he had a chef.
Oh, he had a chef. All right.
If he had a chef, he would have been on point.
Chef Boyardee.
If he had a chef, he would have been on point.
Chef Boyardee. Telling you.
He didn't have an Italian chef.
Anyway, that would have been worse, probably. Anyway, that's the retarded one, Thomas. So, highly questionable on Audrey. Welcome back to IDD on a Slug 'em Back Saturday. And we are already in disagreement, but we won't get into that unless Tom wants to. Anyway,
this guy was being a prick straight. As soon as I walked in, he just wanted to fight for no reason. No, I criticized Daniel Jones, and you would have thought I said the sky was fucking.
Well, you made it sound like
the sky was. What color would be your random color?
Purple?
Well, sometimes it's purple, though.
That's true. The Hawaiian Islands have a great sense.
What's a color that the sky couldn't be?
Oh.
Fuck.
That's a tough one. We've seen. That's actually a really good question. What color couldn't it be? Green? We've never seen green.
All right, let's say green.
Say green.
So he acts like I said the sky was green, okay?
No,
it's my team. It's my quarterback who's been here for 6 years. We haven't won a thing. Whether or not it's all on him or not doesn't matter. He's had turnover issues, picks, and fumble issues. And we're not really sure how to read him. We don't really trust him, even though the personnel has sucked all around.
You're only as good as your personnel.
I know it's his first game back off an ACL.
It was his first game today?
Yeah. From the ACL. But here's my thing, Daniel. This was a mental thing that you always do. Just stop shit like that. Stop holding the ball too long. Stop locking onto targets. Stop doing the shit that you've done the whole time you're here. Even though the personnel has not been great around you. Because then he got back up. After throwing the 2 picks, he had a good rest of the game for the time he was in there. He led a touchdown drive. He threw a bunch of shit. And this is what's so frustrating because you see the flashes of a really talented player. Okay?
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Just one. Is this possible that what happened today was the result of his first game back from injury?
Of course.
So that's what I'm saying. All I said was don't panic yet.
I'm not, but it's fucking frustrating.
I understand it's frustrating. But you know what we have preseason for? To work out shit like this. Okay, hey, here's the good news. Maybe this is where he makes that mistake, and because it's on tape, he doesn't do it again.
Okay, but have you gotten frustrated with the Patriots at all this year?
Of course. Well, actually, they played Philly well the other night. I was surprised given how the practice went.
Right, but have you ever gotten frustrated in preseason?
Not in the Brady era, I didn't. Because I
knew.
You. Well, he wasn't playing. It's like it doesn't.
Of course, you don't give a shit.
Well, I'm just answering the question. If your quarterback is Tom Brady, and you know he's not playing because he's Tom Brady, what do you give a fuck what happens in preseason for? It ain't gonna be him.
Exactly. I'm talking about the last few years.
No, because they didn't have Tom Brady.
I could have sworn like a week ago you were sending me texts about the QB situation.
Well, I thought that they were wrong to only play him one series. Because you've got to develop
right, and you got frustrated.
I did.
Okay,
but that's the coaching staff fucking that up.
Okay, but all I'm saying is, still, I mean, it's just the preseason. So I could come here and be like, oh, please, you're going to get pissed off about that? What are you fucking kidding me?
Well, I'll tell you
what the fuck out. And it's like...
I'll tell you why that's not valid in this case.
It's just regular fandom.
I'll tell you why that's not valid in this case. Because they drafted that kid third. They already told the world he's not going to play this year. So when are you going to develop him, if not the preseason? I can understand them not playing. They don't think the line can... I get all that. That's not my point. But if you know you got one shot to really evaluate this kid, barring injury, Why is he not playing every fucking snap possible in the preseason? You have to get tape on him and work out like shit like happened to the Giants today.
Dude, all
if
I'm
you don't have it on tape, what are you working with?
If you've experienced the last 5 years of the Giants, okay, and Daniel Jones comes back in his first game and throws that pick six. Well, before throwing the pick six, he dots a DB right in the numbers. Then he throws a pick six. Then he throws his second pick. You're like, holy fuck, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a shocking, frustrating bang. Of course, it's irrational because it's one game.
Well, it's preseason. It's his first game
but
back.
Come on, dude.
What was he supposed to look like? Joe Montana?
Yes.
You just said he was first game.
Yes, that's what I wanted. Joe Montana.
You just said he was his first game back off an injury.
Just be as good as Sam Darnold your first game back. That's all I'm asking.
That's not fair.
Be as good as Bailey Zappi.
Did either of those two ever take a team to the playoffs? I don't think so.
Did Bailey Zappi throw a pick six in week 1? Or week 2?
Did he? No, he didn't start because Mac was starting.
I didn't ask if he started. I said, did he throw a pick six in week 1 or week 2?
No, because he wasn't playing.
He did play.
When?
You told me Bailey Zappi's been running the 2-minute drill.
Oh, I'm in the preseason. I'm thinking regular season. I'm sorry.
No, we're talking about these past 2 games.
I don't care about Bailey Zappi. He ain't gonna be there.
Dude, I'm saying I don't want Daniel Jones to be Joe Montana. Be as good as Bailey Zappi.
That's an insult. That's not fair. That's below the belt.
Bailey Zappi didn't throw 2 picks.
Bullshit. Bailey Zappi also never led a team to the playoffs. Bailey Zappi also didn't go 24-12 in his rookie year. Bailey Zappi blows the Pope.
I'm talking about in this game. I was making a joke.
If he was as good as Bailey Zappi, that's about what Bailey Zappi could do.
Bailey Zappi did better.
Could I see if Bailey Zappi, if he did that, would I be surprised?
Bailey Zappi did better. Although, did Bailey Zappi lead a touchdown drive?
No, you know what happened on that 2-minute show? This actually wasn't Bailey Zappi's fault. On the last one I texted you, he actually had completed 3 in a row. They got a first down. And then that fucking backup center, another guy, why is he still on the roster? They were in the shotgun.
Well, isn't that what they were questioning the coaching staff on that?
This is what I'm questioning. First, it's not, your fucking future is sitting on the bench when one time you can evaluate him. Then, this fucking center who should have been cut 2 weeks ago.
At one point they were saying the center was hiking to Drake May too, and they were like, "Why is he?"
It wasn't in the shotgun. He was on the center. This is the shotgun where
with Drake May.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Why would you let that backup center?"
I think the coach. This isn't. It's one thing to be. This is the thing. We're talking about the coach. The coaching staff is supposed. This is low hanging fruit. The coaching staff should know this shit. They're coaches. They're fucking coaches.
Dude, we never talked about Gerard Mayo finding guys for fights, or what did he say?
You liked that, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Why?
Well, because when the Giants were fighting with the Lions, we kind of liked it.
Well, it depends on the reason, I guess. If a guy gets dirty pool hit like that from behind, and a guy jumps in, I could see that. And you know what? I don't know if Mayo would get mad at that because he's protecting his teammate. I don't know if Mayo would fine him for that. Exactly. If it's something stupid, maybe.
What did he say? If you get fined or no? If you
get in a fight.
Yeah. Are you sitting? What did he say? You getting fined? I can't. It seemed like.
I thought it was a fine.
Was it a fine?
Yeah. But the thing is, I'm not saying you shouldn't. It depends on the reason for the fight. I just gave you an example where if I was a head coach and the guy did that because he's back, I wouldn't fine the kid.
Yeah.
He's looking out for his team. Now, if he does something stupid like he mouths off to the ref or bumps I fine his ass for that shit. So to me, it depends on what it is.
But I'm talking about, like, let's say you're going head to head. Let's say it's a receiver and a DB.
Okay.
And they're in each other,
Yeah.
They're both, he's got a couple catches, he's got a couple pass defenses.
Yeah.
And, like, they get in a scuffle and, take each other down.
Okay.
You find those guys for that?
I don't know. Good question.
I don't know.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess it would depend on why this actually happened. Was the kid mouthing off to him and then he pushed him, so he pushed him back and he retaliated? I don't know. It depends on the scenario.
Yeah, but to me, it seems almost like
I think
like Mayo needs to get these guys disciplined or something because he said it before it happened. He just put a blanket out there.
Yeah.
He said if you're involved in a fight, I don't care who you are, you're getting fined or whatever. And I was just
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying that I think there are scenarios where it's justified and then there's where it's not. And I think it depends on what it is. I gave you 2 examples where I would, and now they're kind of easy ones, but to me, I don't think you don't find the guy for looking out for his teammate. You do if he gets in the ref's face and bumps him. That's
ref. That's not a fight.
No, but I'm saying there are
going to bump the ref in a joint practice.
I'm just saying there are scenarios where you can justify finding a player. That's all I'm saying.
Of course.
I'm just giving you one. With a fight, I think it depends on what happened behind them.
Yeah.
What
How
caused
bad
it.
it got.
Yeah, and who started it and why it happened in the first, all that shit.
I just felt like it was weird him throwing it out there like that when it almost seems like some coaches want there to be little fights.
I'm not saying Mayo's right here. Mayo's come under a lot of fire. First for that, because that was a big story. Because a lot of people, it was kind of a 50-50 split. People don't know what, because it was like, what if he? Because again, it wasn't clear. Is it just automatic, or does it depend on what happened?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't read the article.
Well, to me, it just seems like you're coming out and going to the side of completely no fighting.
Yeah.
Where I think some coaches are going to tread that line between like aggression and violence and composure.
If it happened for something that makes maybe you talk to him about it, you don't fight. Maybe that. But if it's something stupid.
Or you tear a guy's helmet off, like something like that.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Like if you want to push and shove and people get.
I mean, that's
mix,
football, and let some of that go.
That's what a joint practice is.
Yeah, but I don't call what you're talking after the whistle. That's not really fight. Fighting is you start swinging.
No. I'm talking about the joint practice, like Giants-Lions fights, where some guys were swinging. Most guys were pushing and taking each other down.
Yeah.
But
and again, what caused that?
Just shit talking. It seemed like to me.
Didn't somebody on the Giants get hit?
Well,
wasn't there a bad hit by one?
It wasn't on that play though.
Okay.
So there was a guy coming across the middle. I think it might have been a back.
Okay.
And a linebacker just took his head off, or a safety.
And he didn't have the ball.
Well, he was going to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. You can't hit him.
And he laid him out.
Yeah.
In the head.
You have to have it before you.
So
hit
they
him.
think that kind of like ratcheted up the intensity, and then the Giants were pissed.
Yeah, I can understand.
And then next play, then it was like.
See, I can understand that. And by the way, if your team doesn't respond to that, as a coach, you should be concerned.
Right.
If we're being honest. I mean.
And that's why I feel like throwing that blanket out in like.
And again, if that's how we left it, your criticism is fair. I don't know. I didn't see it. I don't know. But I know this. There were people on both sides of this up in Boston, so it's definitely a story.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could go either way.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But the thing is, Mayo's been under criticism. The way he's handled Drake May. To this point, this fucking center, no one knows why this fucking kid. Why is Bailey Zappi still here? I mean, he's been criticized enough already. And
who's the OC again?
The kid from Pittsburgh. He played Alex Van Pelt.
Alex Van Pelt.
He was the quarterback.
Quarterback's coach?
Not Alex Van Pelt. Stan Van Pelt? No. Why don't
SVP?
No, it's not Alex.
Well,
maybe it is. Actually, maybe it is Alex. Alex Van Pelt.
AVP?
I think it is him. Yeah.
So
and he played in the NFL too. He did.
Yeah, he was a big star.
I didn't say he was a big star. He wasn't a scab either. I mean,
really?
No, he wasn't Brian Hoyer or Bailey Zappi. He was solid. He wasn't good.
Alex Van Pelt, never heard of him. What year?
He's not a Hall of Famer. He's in his what? How old is he now?
Playing in the 90s?
I think so. He's in his. He's not quite as old as me, but he's close. He's probably in his.
He was never a starter though, right?
I think he did start once. I don't know, but he played. He was around for a while. He wasn't terrible. I mean, he just wasn't a Hall of Famer. He wasn't a Pro Bowler. Solid is how I describe it. Solid. Not quite good, but not bad. Solid.
Solid? That's questionable.
You never even saw the fucking kid play. How do you know?
Well, that's why I feel like solid could be a little aggressive.
I know. I'm not being aggressive. I didn't think he was good. I just didn't think he stunk. That's all I said.
I think solid could be aggressive. I don't think this guy was solid.
Okay, well, you never saw him play.
I'm looking him up. Looking him up. Hang on. Oh, he stuck around with the Bills. 94 to 2003. Definitely never played for the Bills.
He was there 9 years.
That's pretty good to hang on that long. I'll give you credit for that.
I'm just saying, I didn't think he stunk. I just didn't think he was great.
I just got to find some stats.
Look, again, I keep going back to this Brian Hoyer thing. How does that fucking scab last?
Okay, what do you think his TD to interceptions is career?
I wouldn't know.
Just throw it out there. What would solid be?
I don't know. Probably 50-50.
All right. Well, he's 16 TDs to 24 picks.
All right, so he threw more picks than touchdowns.
That's right.
So what?
Now,
he was a bad quarterback.
Now,
if he didn't throw any touchdowns and threw 36 picks, you might be right. He threw 16 touchdowns.
He was in the league for what, 12 years, something like that?
Yeah.
How many yards would you say is good?
If he's a backup?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
12 years?
He's a backup. I don't know how many games he played every year.
2,900.
He threw for 2,000 yards, so he's a backup.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think those are solid numbers.
For a backup?
I could be wrong.
I mean, if he was behind Jim Kelly, he wasn't going to get a lot of minutes. I don't know how you judge that.
Was it Bledsoe after that? When did Bledsoe get to Buffalo? Was that later?
That was later. That was 2002.
And how long was Jim Kelly there?
All through the 90s, basically. Like he took him
right,
to
but he
Bowl.
wasn't there in the night. Oh yeah, he was. 94 to 2003.
Yeah, he was there.
So Jim Kelly was there till 99?
Bledsoe came in 2000, 2003. He must have been the backup that year. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, where was these? I mean, Bledsoe has Hall of Fame numbers. People don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but he made 5 Pro Bowls and won Super Bowl and went to 2.
Yeah.
I mean, so he had, and his numbers are better than half the quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame. They really are. He led multiple teams to the playoffs, Patriots and the Cowboys. So the one year he was there. But the thing is, like, I don't know what the criteria is for a backup. I wouldn't know. I just know that he was around 12 years, and when he did play, he didn't look like a bad quarterback. I could see why he wasn't starting, but he was no Bailey Zappi either. He was far away from him. So. And he's been now. Jim
Kelly was there till '96.
Okay, so then what happened between '96 and 2002?
No clue.
Okay.
Nobody, I guess.
Nobody knows. Okay.
And probably not even Van Pelty.
Yeah. Somebody, but nobody.
Some nobody.
Some nobody. Did I mention this is IDD? I don't disagree. Obviously, we're talking preseason football. You know what it is?
Why? Why are we even talking preseason?
You know why?
Football?
Because it's getting closer, and I think football season is unlike any other. Everybody kind of gets. I mean, baseball has its fans, and they have got a lot of them. In the NBA, but there's something about when the NFL comes around. The whole fucking maybe it's the fantasy football thing. That's probably part of it. But everybody looks forward to the first fucking Sunday in September. I don't care who you are. Everybody does. I don't care where you are. I don't care how bad your team is. Everybody looks forward to that. And I don't see that really in any other sport. Not hockey, not basketball, not baseball. Opening day is kind of a big deal, but it's not like.
Did you see the Knicks and Celtics are opening this season?
I know. That's going to be big. Yeah.
Nice.
And again, that's going to be a race worth watching too. But there's something about the NFL. There's just something about it. It's America's passion. It has been for a long time. So, the other sports certainly have their moments. Don't get me wrong, but that opening day, that weekend, everybody just everybody knows when their team's on. They know, can I get them on? Do I have to go here? Do I have to go to a bar? Everybody's got a plan. So, it's pretty awesome. I love it. I know he loves it, and it's getting close. And maybe that's why we're getting antsy, because there's only one more game before this. We're talking week 1. Who did the Giants open up with, by the way? The Patriots open
Vikings, I think.
The Patriots open up with Cincinnati. That's gonna be ugly. That's gonna be so ugly.
Well, we found a way to lose by 18 today.
The Texans are a really good team.
Case Keenum was just dicing us up.
Well, how would you describe him?
Case Keenum?
Yeah, solid.
He's a good backup quarterback. I think he's a solid starting quarterback, actually.
Okay.
If we're saying solid is not as good as good.
Well, that was actually your thing.
I thought solid was good. Y'all told me it wasn't as good as good.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. But it's not bad.
Right.
It's not average.
So I would say Case Keenum's solid starter.
So he's above average.
He's a good backup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't disagree with that. It's getting close. And, the Patriots, after getting their tail handed to them the first 2 days of that joint practice, actually put up a fight during the game. And Drake May looked good. He did. So that was encouraging to see.
Is that the one where he threw the 50-yard beam?
That kid should have caught that. I felt bad for Drake May. That was the best throw I've seen him make all camp. He stepped up in the pocket. He actually went up and to the right.
Is that the one down the middle?
He threw it 50 yards on a rope, dude. He threw it from his 30. That guy caught it on their 20. It hit him right in the fucking chest. There was a fucking rope. A 50-yard rope. I was like,
did you see
and then it drops.
Did you see the pass that Caleb Williams made to Adunze in the back of the end zone, but Adunze was standing outside the end zone?
No.
Like a boner.
Really?
Yeah. Caleb Williams juked the shit out of a lineman a couple times.
Yeah.
And ran to the sideline and threw a dart. I mean, to the fucking back pylon.
Yeah.
And Adunze was like, boop. And then he looked down. He was standing outside of the end zone.
As a receiver, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
If you don't know where that's the That's like the second most important thing. Where are you on the field? Like, do you need to get past the chains? Do you need to be, where are you? Like, receivers have to know that shit. Yeah, because and the fact that he was standing on the white line.
Yeah, like both his feet were there.
That's but I mean that he and I would do stoned.
But the thing was,
and we'd laugh about it. But he's not stoned.
The thing was, it showed you that arm, man. Caleb Williams has a.
Oh, he's got talent. No one says he doesn't have talent. No one says that. This is not about his talent. This is about what's between his ears, which is with most guys who have talent. So, because talent won't be the reason they fail. It won't be. It won't be the reason if he fails. It won't be because of his talent. I can tell you that right now. But the question with him has always been between his ears. So. Probably because of the statements that he's made without doing a damn thing yet. And he didn't win in college. He put up great numbers in college. USC didn't win shit. So there's that. Okay? So the Chicago Bears did the right thing. They surrounded him with an arsenal. That's an arsenal. If we want to talk, that's an arsenal. There's a few of them out there. That's one of them.
Strong.
Yeah. A lot of quarterbacks would be very happy to be coming out with those three guys on the outside. So they've set him up.
I wonder if they're going to be able to compete for the playoffs.
Well,
rookie quarterback, man, that's hard.
Well,
even when you're good.
Last year, the Texans, C.J. Stroud did it. He did it. Mac Jones made the playoffs as a rookie, believe it or not. So, and made the Pro Bowl. So,
yeah, but I mean,
that's two. Not that's again. You're right.
It's
hard. It is hard. I'm not disagreeing.
At the same time,
it can be done.
New England always has like a fucking staunch defense, which is helpful for a rookie quarterback, because if you make mistakes. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the Bears' defense looks like right now.
Well, that's a valid point. Because we don't know where they are.
Yeah.
We know they should be able to score with teams. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Can they stop anybody? That's a valid question. The Bears, just in recent history, they've always had one or two studs, but they've never quite built a defense. They always got one or two guys that are Pro Bowlers, but then like the rest of it is like, who are these people? Like, so I don't know.
Yeah, not since like Urlacher and them were there.
That was the last time they were really a defense.
And they had like Tillman on the outside.
Yeah, they had a defense.
They had a lot of guys.
They did.
Was what's his face in there, Mac? Who was the guy opposite of?
The other linebacker.
Was it Mac? Khalil? It wasn't Khalil. Mack.
No. But I know who you're talking about. What's his name? He was good. Yeah. They had the two of them.
Maybe they had Khalil Mack after that.
They might have. After Urlacher, maybe. But,
right. And did they trade him to San Diego?
I don't remember how that went down.
Shit, he's on the Bears now.
I don't know. No,
Khalil Mack's on the Bears now.
He's on the Bears now, yeah.
That's funny.
But they've always had a guy like that.
Yeah.
But they haven't had, since Urlacher, to his point, and that other linebacker was nasty. What the hell was his name? He was nasty. They had Rosie Colvin for a while. We took him in free agency, and he helped us get the second and third one, the back-to-back. And then they had another dude, though. Tom's right. I just can't remember his name. Can't remember his fucking name. But Urlacher had another dude out there on the outside pass rusher, linebacker, who was a badass. I just can't remember who he was. But anyway, no, this is the question with the Bears, because offensively speaking, if the coordinator has a clue, they're going to be able to put up a lot of points. Can they stop anybody? That's a valid question. Detroit, to me, is the real threat out there to whoever. I don't know who the favorite is, but I think it's San Fran. I don't know.
I don't know if Khalil Mack's in the league anymore.
He might not be.
4 with Oakland, 4 with Chicago, and then Chargers the past couple of years.
Okay. So that's the order it went in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. So I don't know. But there's a lot of teams out there that, and the Giants are one of them, that on paper there's something there. What's it going to be? I think your defense is going to be better this year. I do.
I don't know about that. Lost 2 studs. Well, I don't know that you can call anybody studs on that defense. So maybe I take that back.
They improved at the end of the year. They got better last year. They did get better at the end of the year.
They lost their starting safety.
Yeah.
They could be starting a rookie at safety.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, he was the best rookie in the draft. I think his name's Nubin from Minnesota.
That rookie's look at the kid. The cornerback for the Patriots was on his way to a Pro Bowl rookie year until he got hurt. So that can happen. That can happen too.
Yeah, I mean they said he was the best safety in the draft. Who knows?
Where did he come from? Ohio State?
No, Minnesota. He was the first safety off the board, and it was like round 3, I think.
But he was the highest rated one in the draft going. Well, there's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll see what he does. But I think the thing about their division is it's there to be had.
I disagree with you there.
I don't. I think Philadelphia's got more problems than people realize.
I think Philly and Dallas are
Dallas is going to implode. They have fucked this whole. Now they've pissed off CeeDee Lamb. They have fucked this whole thing up.
So now they got Dak in a contract year and CeeDee
Lamb. This whole thing is fucked up. And Jerry Jones has the money. He does. This is the thing. He has the money. And I don't know
Have you seen him in interviews lately?
What? Is he gonna die?
No, I mean it's very Trumpish. It's kind of rambly.
It's very Trumpish. Well, that's a bad sign right there. Anything you'd equate to Donald Trump in the same sentence is already you're going in the you're going in the wrong direction right there. But if you're associated with him, you're going the wrong way.
Did you hear the thing he said about CeeDee Lamb's contract? And he was like, "Yeah,
wasn't
not a lot of urgency here, or something like that." I don't even think he meant to say it. He was just rambling.
If he does not play, if CeeDee Lamb holds out, the Dallas is fucked.
CeeDee Lamb's playing.
Is he?
He's a football player. I think.
I didn't say he wasn't, but.
He's a doggy.
When you hear your owner say that, though, if you're him, what do you do?
I mean, I'm trying to get off that team, but I'm playing.
I'm trying to get off that team.
I'll play though.
If I'm CeeDee Lamb, are you kidding me?
The fucked up thing is the franchise thing.
Yeah.
Because even if you want to leave, they can just go no, boom. Now, as a receiver, franchise tag isn't horrible because you're going to get
their
$20 million.
Receiver salaries have skyrocketed. Yeah, that's not a bad
running backs,
thing.
It sucks.
Yeah.
A lot of positions it sucks, but
well, left tackle on offense is left tackle, receiver number one, and quarterback. But to his point, the other positions, it's kind of
it's shitty. And I mean, even at those positions, it sucks because you can't get any kind of long term.
No, but left tackles do get paid.
I know, but you only get that 1 year.
I know. Well, it's the same thing for all three of those positions.
Right.
But I mean, the thing is, look, nobody signs. I think Patrick Mahomes is the last guy to do this. A 7-year contract. That's all 4 and 5.
Yeah, he helped them out by doing that.
He did, because he's trying to catch Brady. I get what he's doing. He's taking the Tom Brady page. So, the thing is, and it's smart. But the thing is, where we have this detachment, like I would take $20 million for 1 year and shut the fuck up, but I'm not an NFL receiver.
Right.
So
Could I have a mango?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
So
from our perspective, sure, it makes no sense. It's different when you're in that world, though.
It is,
and that's what people are making.
Yeah,
it's like, because you're like,
oh, it's right here.
Yeah, no. It's next to the limoncello. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I found it. All right.
Nice, bro. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when you have the capability of making that, and then this tag keeps you from getting a 2-3 year deal.
I mean,
that sucks.
Not but Kirk Cousins took advantage of that.
Yeah, he did.
Big time. He milked that thing. He paid. I'll tell you what.
Dude, but Kirk Cousins.
He showed. That was kind of a playbook for how to take advantage of it.
Yeah, but Kirk. Yeah. He signed 2 big ass deals.
He did.
I mean, he made more money on his deals than what the Falcons just paid him.
I know, that's crazy.
And then drafting Michael Penix.
Yeah, I don't know, like.
What are you doing? You're not winning the Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins.
Well, I think that the reason they drafted Penix is because Cousins has a history also of getting hurt.
Right, but you pay all that guaranteed money.
Well, if you're the Falcons, and think about it, they just took Judon from the page. They got that safety from Denver who was a Pro Bowler, just signed him. They're loading up for this run. And that division, we both agree, is kind of wide open. It's there to be had. And if you get in, I mean, honestly, who scares you in the NFC right now? San Fran can't get out. They keep tripping over themselves. They got the Brandon Ayuk problem to deal with.
Dude, there's no way. I don't think Atlanta can hang with Philly, Detroit.
I didn't say they could.
San Fran.
I'm just saying if you're them and you're looking at these teams, to me, Detroit is the one that doesn't seem to have a flaw right now. Something going on either mentally
San Fran's pretty tough too, man.
Dude, they choke. They should have had 2 Super Bowls by now. They're fucking choke artists. That dude's a fucking choker as a coach. I'm sorry. I'm sick of hearing about how great he is. That guy wets himself every time he gets in the big moment. He just does. He's a wetter. He's a bedwetter, and I just can't. I don't buy it. I'm not saying he's not
a bit of a poop.
I'm not saying he's a good offensive coordinator. He is, okay, but as a head coach, he's kind of soft. I don't buy him. And the fact that he felt compelled, because they're loaded. They have 5 first-round draft picks in the front 7 of their defense, for Christ's sake. They're fucking loaded. Okay,
he's a part of putting that together.
Lynch has done the bulk of that
we've
work.
had this. No, remember we had this conversation. I looked it up, and they partnered to get personnel.
Why hasn't he won one? They've had the most talented roster in the league the past 3 years. They had nothing to show for it.
Hey, it's fair.
I mean, I think he's a great offensive coordinator, but as a head coach,
I mean, look, I think he's a good head coach, but I see what you're saying.
I don't got faith in him.
In the big moments.
He wins because he has a ton of talent. Until he proves otherwise, I have nothing else to go on. Okay.
I understand, but when you're looking at the 49ers, again, like you just said, they have a ton of talent.
McCaffrey and Debo alone.
Exactly. So you're telling me, like,
how the fuck does he not win?
You're telling me they can't beat the Falcons?
I didn't say they couldn't beat the Falcons. Look, exactly. I'm not saying the Falcons are right. I'm telling you what they're thinking. I'm telling you that the reason they're doing all this shit is they think there's an opportunity this year to be had. And given what's going on around the league, I don't think they're wrong about that. Now, are they as good as these teams currently? No, I don't think they are. I agree with them on that. But that's now. All it takes is one fucking injury to one stud in one of those teams, and that can change everything. And by the way, it's football.
You're telling me you don't trust Kyle Shanahan. You trust Kirk Cousins? You hate Kirk Cousins.
No, I don't. That's why they draft. I trust Michael Penix more than I trust Kirk Cousins.
Then you've got to agree with me on this one.
What? I think they
Why
got.
did they spend all that money on Kirk
Cousins because he will put up numbers. He's a good quarterback, but they also know he has a history of getting hurt. And if he gets hurt, say he gets hurt and they jump out of the gate and they're leading the division, they can't sink. They can't. The season cannot hinge on that guy. And that's why they drafted Michael Penix. The kid's a fucking winner. He's also 23 years old. He's been through a ton of adversity. And by the way, I've heard he's looked pretty fucking good in preseason too.
Well, that's why I wonder if they could have went for a cheaper option, and then Penix either wins the job in preseason, or is the starter by week 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. I'm just saying that
now Kirk Cousins obviously is going to be better than Michael Penix.
Yeah, right now he should be. Yeah,
Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback.
Yeah, he is a good quarterback. I agree with that. And if he has weapons, he has proven to put up numbers. And I think that they've got some offense. They've got some offense down there.
Between
where I think
Bijan's
nasty.
Just to have that running back.
They have that tight end's got potential. Untapped potential. I mean,
Drake London, big fast receiver on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, there's talent there. There is. So, and that division to me is not. There's no lock to win that division.
Division
it's wide open.
Yeah.
That's why I think they're doing it. Okay, and I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying that I don't trust the 49ers head coach. To me, the Lions are the team to beat because they should have won that damn thing last year. And I think if they'd gotten in, they would have beaten Kansas City because they already beat them on their field and they weren't afraid of them. They weren't in awe of this Mahomes crap. They weren't. Detroit to me should be the favorite in the NFC this year, not San Francisco. Because anybody saw that game knows Detroit had them beat and gift wrapped it. They had them beat. There's no way they should have lost that game.
Why didn't Detroit have a better record than they did? Because they were good last year.
I think they've gotten better they were 3-13, and they were 8-8, and then they were like 12-5, whatever it was. I mean, they've gotten better, drastically better every year. They were in the NFC title game.
Well, dude, talk about talent.
They've got they're another one. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
It's the same shit.
Is got to be the most underrated superstar, and I know he's young.
And how?
I don't know.
Was he 1,400 yards when you blink?
The dude's filthy. He's filthy.
Dude, but then you go to their running backs.
The two of them are both
Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs.
They're both filthy.
Now, Jahmyr Gibbs pulled a hammy.
Oh, he did? What, preseason?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. How bad?
Hamstrings suck for running backs.
Yeah, those are bad.
I don't know how bad.
I hope it's not severe.
Then you got Laporte at tight end.
Yeah, he's good.
Then you got Amon-Ra
St. Brown.
And then who's the other one?
I know he's
Jameson Williams.
Williams? He's filthy too. They
can't keep him healthy, but every time he comes in, he catches a 40-yard touchdown.
Detroit is not lacking in this area at all. And that coach, I'll tell you what, they have bought into him, that system. Mm-hmm. They were knocking on the door last year. They felt like they knew they gave it away. I think they're, to me, the biggest threat out of the NFC.
I wonder what they drafted this year.
And I like the coach. I like the way he coaches them. I think he's a football player. I think he's a perfect fit for that group, that team. He meshes with that talent, that team.
Yeah.
So
they've taken on his identity, I think.
And that's the sign of a good coach. So I trust him. Name me other than maybe the dude for the
talk about pooping yourself. They pooped themselves bigger than anybody last year.
They did, but to me that was the first time they were there. When was the last time the Detroit Lions were in the NFC title game?
That's true.
When was it? Barry didn't get them there.
Man, but goddamn, you can't poop when you're there.
1958, pal.
Dude.
Talk about a dry colon.
Dude. 1958.
They didn't have a chance.
So you're telling me
they didn't have a chance to poop themselves.
So you're telling me 70, 60 years later they pooped themselves?
Yeah.
Come on.
See, when you're bad, you can't poop yourself. When you're good and you choke, that's poop that's pooping yourself.
That's what they did. Yeah. They were good.
I don't think
they had. What, they have a 20-point lead?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Was it 21-3? It was close, around there. Yeah.
They were playing so well, and then it all just came crashing.
Now. I mean.
And then remember, was he not going for field goals?
He stopped running the ball. They were running all over them. Like I think they had 95 yards in the first half. First half, like, why would you stop running the ball?
You're proving my poop.
What
perspective?
Well, did the coach poop?
Yes. Yes, I think so. And because they take on his identity,
I don't think he'll poop this year.
I think you're probably right.
I think he will.
Yeah.
I think
he'll learn from it.
I think he'll learn from it. The thing about Shanahan's an egomaniac like Belichick. He won't learn a fucking thing. You know how I know that? Because he's already pissed away 2 of them. So he didn't learn from his first fucking mistake.
Yeah, no, you can tell Dan Campbell. He's not going to be.
Dan Campbell will not. He's been humbled already. He will learn from it. I have faith he'll come back better. I don't have faith that fucking donkey out there in San Francisco is going to do anything differently. He thinks he knows it all.
The weird part about San Fran, it's like, how much better can you get? Like,
win the fucking Super Bowl.
No, but I mean, that's what I mean. Like,
they're
already good enough to win. They haven't. So
3 fucking years in a row, they've probably had the best roster in football. They're in Boston Celtics territory.
Yeah, but one time you had they had injuries to 4 of their quarterbacks. I mean, they would have beat Philly if Brock Purdy didn't.
I agree with that. I give him a pass on that. I'm talking about the first Super Bowl when fucking Garoppolo pooped himself and fucking.
That was Jimmy G.
Yeah. Talk about blowing it.
That's a tough one.
You had the better team around you than Mahomes did. You had
he
the better.
Pooped, though.
He pooped.
I don't know that the team pooped. But you poop. I mean,
I don't know.
You poop as one. You poop as a team.
I don't think. I don't know.
You poop as a team.
I have to go back and watch that game again. But that coach is still there, and that team is still underachieving.
Well, dude, I remember if
that's all I know.
If Dak hadn't pooped a couple years ago, the Cowboys would have beat them.
Dak. Do
you remember that?
That steamer hasn't been buried yet.
Do you remember
that?
It
still stinks. I can't forget it. You can still smell it.
The gas is still rising.
You can still smell that one in Dallas.
You can see the steam.
Yeah, they dropped that metal muffin in a meadow and left it there. They didn't bury it. Still stinks.
Metal muffin?
Metal muffins. We went cow. Oh, that's right. You never lived on a farm or near a farm, did you?
In Fredericksburg, I did.
Well, we went. Relic Farms was right near St. Franklin, and we went cow tipping. And one of my friends stepped in we call it a metal muffin. It's big round cow shit. It looks like a muffin.
A cow patty.
Yeah, we call it metal muffin.
I heard cow tipping was a myth because cows actually sleep laying down.
No, it happened. We did it.
Did you knock them over?
We tipped them. We tipped them right over.
They didn't wake up?
They did. Yeah.
But so did y'all charge it, or did you all just stand there?
We snuck up, and then we got about probably 4 to 6 feet away, I guess.
Everybody charged.
And then we charged it.
That's so fucked up. Poor cow.
We were kids. We were assholes. I mean, they want.
Poor cows.
Look, if I knew that cow's name, I would send it a card.
You should be drinking oat milk for the rest of your life.
I'm not a big milk drinker, though. To be fair, I'm not. But anyway, look, I am excited for this season. I don't know why, because the Pats are going to suck. But I love football. So I'm excited to see Detroit. I'm excited to this Texans team. Really, I can't wait. And you know what? This kid in Washington, Jaden Daniels, he is. I want to see this. So there's things that I'm just curious about.
I can't wait to see another fucking generational talent in my goddamn division. Daniel Jones throws pick after pick.
Falling on his ass in the end zone.
Like, Daniel Jones threw another pick 6 today. Let's go to Jaden Daniels highlights. This guy will be good for the next decade and a half.
Before we go to break, what's the over-under on pick 6s for Danny Dimes this year?
I think you got to say 5.
5? You think he's going to throw 5 or more pick 6s?
No, I'm saying that's got to be the number to make it
5.
Yeah, because if you say under, he could throw 4.
You've got venom. This is venom. 5. Mac Jones, Bailey, none of them threw 5.
All right, so what are we saying?
Brian Hoyer never threw 5. Scott Zolak never threw 5 in the season. And he started
2?
2, I think, I can see 2.
Yeah, but there's no way he only throws one.
You sure? What if he doesn't throw any?
He already did.
That's preseason. That doesn't count. It's not regular season.
He'll throw.
It was his first game back after an injury. That counts.
He'll throw at least 2.
2? Okay. 2. You heard it. He's got 2. All right.
I want to see how many he has.
What, in his career? How do you think he has?
I don't know.
50. He's got more of those than regular does. Oh, God.
Guess how many he has?
I don't know.
0. Oh, man. Set the over-under at 8.
Yes, 0.
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that is so good.
Oh, my God. If you can't understand Tom for the rest of the night because his foot's in his mouth.
God, that's great.
God, 0.
Sometimes you got to take it on the chin.
Oh, my God.
No, I got to double up on that research.
That is Tom. That only that he's not the best caller man in the league for nothing. Let me tell you something. That's awesome. We're gonna take a break because I can't stop laughing.
So I didn't have to tell you what I saw.
We're gonna come back.
I didn't have to tell you what I saw.
We're gonna come back, and I would have eventually looked.
No, you wouldn't.
I asked myself, why wouldn't he tell me?
Never would have looked.
Why wouldn't he tell
Like,
me?
oh, I can't find
What
it.
is he? I can't
I don't see
find
it.
That's even better.
Not sure.
I can't find it.
Well,
hey, tip on that thing with the GOLGLE. Tip on that and see what happens. We'll be
so career, he's got 62 touchdowns to 40 picks.
All right, that's actually not bad. Given he has
That's
no
bad.
He has no talent.
That's bad. Sorry.
You and I have agreed on this. He has no fucking
does have talent.
No, I'm talking around him. He's got no
Last year he
help.
had Darren Waller.
Who just retired because he's a pussy.
Everybody else is a
big-
bitch and a pussy.
a
Daniel
big-
Jones, your goddamn gemstone.
Did he or did he not retire?
Yes, he retired.
Okay, then. He's a pussy. Big, fat, hairy pussy. Are we going to blame that on Danny Dimes too? He retired?
No, apparently.
I think you have
You're
to.
going to blame it.
Look,
Blame Daniel Jones.
I just said, I don't know if we were on
that.
the air or not because I'm stoned, but I said this. But I said, look, let's see what this year plays out. If he stinks, okay. Get rid of him. Put him on McDonald's fast food line. All right, whatever. All right. See, I said, give him this year. He hasn't had a guy like this ever. This number one wideout. Give him a year. See what happens. You know, maybe he starts out fast and fades or gets hurt. Maybe he starts out slow and picks it up at the end. I don't know what's going to fucking happen. Give him the year. That's all I'm saying. Because then you can say.
Then he'll have 6.
No, 6. 6 what?
Well, you give him the year, then he'll have 6 years.
Okay. See what happens. What if they make the playoffs?
Good.
Okay, then. So he's proven if he has weapons, he can win. He won without weapons, by the way. So, other than one, he had one. So, anyway, we'll come back to segment 2. Mets 4-0 on the shutout, going for a sweep tomorrow. Red Sox, did the Red Sox win?
Yeah.
Red Sox have taken 2 out of 3 so far in ball. Who the fuck would I thought they'd still be bent over, pantsed over there. Anyway, we're going to talk about that. Segment 2 coming right up. And WNBA is back. Caitlin Clark.
Unbelievable.
Caitlin Clark. We have to talk about this girl. I'm starting to fall in love with her. She's awesome. Back on the other side.